So in the north, where it snows a lot, the house that you're going to be getting is something with a peaked roof where the snow can slide off. That's number one, right? A rounded greenhouse would be a really bad idea. Then the snow will probably crush it. And when I started, when our first year, second year, we would clear the snow off the sides in the winter. And that was to let the light in because I wanted every bit of production I could. So I felt that every little piece of sunlight that crept in was going to make a difference. And maybe it did. But, when you have more than one or two houses, you'd be doing nothing but clearing them off. So I moved to never clearing them off. I really don't want to unless there's a really good reason. If the snow is trapped and it's so high, just to pull off, 1 foot just so that it will slide off, we might do that. And that's usually on the first house in a series because the wind will come across with snow in it, hit that first dead spot like a little riffle, and then drop its snow in between those houses. So usually you want the first house and second house farthest apart, and that's from the north winds because that's where the snow will collect. So between the first house and the second house of the most northerly houses, that's where most of the snow collects. And maybe at some point in the season you get enough snow that it's going to block it from sliding off. But otherwise, I don't remove it. I feel like it's just another thing that wastes a lot of time is removing snow off the top. If I'm walking around inside, I may take a little broom just to get the sunlight to creep in a little bit. And then when the sunlight comes in, it's going to warm up the house and then everything's going to slide off. I don't mind waiting for the sun to do its job. I might put a little crack, take off a couple of feet, let it slide off, just give it a little bang, and then the sun will come in and the rest will slide off. Because if you have a house that's built well, that's been rated for snow loads, that you haven't tried to move your bows really far apart or not have purlins or trusses, but that's built for northern climates, I don't think you're going to get it to crush that easily. It's very hard to make it happen. So I avoid all of that just by letting it do its job. And that's sliding off on its own. And, there's just too many things to do around the farm. And that's one I, certainly don't want to be burdened with all winter. The movables out in the field, I don't go anywhere near them. I don't care how big the snow piles up. I'm not walking through 2 feet of snow to go out there and try to remove snow. And it's never been a problem. And we get, 10-foot snow drifts out here, and it's never been a problem. The important thing is just having the house built correctly and having the right frame.